sometimes the best way to learn how to swim is by jumping into the water, because there's only so much that somebody can teach you about swimming from outside of the pool. Anthony Richardson is only going to become an elite quarterback if the Indianapolis Colts give him the opportunity to. There's no reason why Anthony Richardson shouldn't be starting week 1 for the Indianapolis Colts. And I know this is going to be a hot take to a lot of people. You already know that Anthony Richardson had this huge project label coming out of Florida. He has a very strong arm. He's an incredible athlete. He's 6'4", 244 pounds, running a 4.43 40-yard dash. That is insane. Insane. But he has a lot of issues that he has to fix in order to succeed in the NFL. His accuracy, his footwork, his ability to read and break down defenses. But I believe all that is going to come to Anthony Richardson in due time. You see, many people have this perception that in order for a quarterback to be able to produce at a somewhat effective level right away, they got to be somewhat of a solid passer. Or you got to be what Joe Burrow or Justin Herbert were in their rookie seasons, and that simply isn't true. Over the last couple of years, we've seen similar quarterbacks like Anthony Richardson come into the league and be able to have some success right away because of their athleticism. Although it is a passing league and you have to be able to throw the football effectively to win a Super Bowl, you're not expecting a Super Bowl out of Anthony Richardson in his first season. If you're throwing Anthony Richardson into the fire week 1, his first season, then you already know that his rookie season is not going to be perfect. There's going to be a lot of lows and a lot of highs that comes with Anthony Richardson. But this dude is so athletically gifted that if you throw him to the Wolves week 1, you should be able, if you're Shane Steichen, to build a system around Anthony Richardson's athleticism, and you should be able to somewhat be able to win some games with that. We saw the Ravens do that year 1 when they had Lamar Jackson, his rookie season. He was 6-1 as a starter. He helped turn their season around and lead them to the playoffs. He wasn't the best passer that year, but he was able to help Baltimore win games because of how gifted of an athlete he was. Shane Steichen had a lot of success calling plays for the Philadelphia Eagles. He was a large reason why Jalen Hurts made that big leap from 2021 to 2022. Shane Steichen knows how to get the most out of a guy like Anthony Richardson. If he can put him in a system where he runs a lot of design quarterback runs, quarterback power, quarterback sweeps, read options, try to throw some RPOs there, that would be a good way to maximize Anthony Richardson's skill set and also help him build up that confidence. Now, of course, Anthony Richardson, if you're asking him to throw the football 25, 30 times a game, year 1, you're going to be in trouble. He probably is going to complete no more than, 56 or 57% of his passes his rookie season, and that may be me being a little bit too generous. Some of you guys out there may believe that Anthony Richardson is probably going to be a 52% completion guy year 1, but that's okay. You want to know why? Because you can still win with his running ability. The dude is 6'4", 244 pounds, running a 4.43. This guy last season at Florida clocked in at 22 miles per hour? If you're a safety or cornerback and you got Anthony Richardson coming at you 22 miles per hour in the open field, do you really want to tackle that? Do you really want to go ahead and try to take that business risk? I don't know. I just think with how guys like Jalen Hurts, Justin Fields, Josh Allen, and Lamar Jackson have developed, these are all guys who got significant playing time their rookie seasons. For Anthony Richardson, I don't think there's no reason why the Colts shouldn't start him. You can say, well, JT, if he struggles, then his confidence is going to be messed up. Listen, if you're an NFL quarterback, your confidence should never dwindle. You should always have a lot of confidence in yourself, no matter if you throw 5 touchdowns and 0 interceptions in the game, or if you throw 4 interceptions and 2 touchdowns in the game. You should still have that same level of confidence. How confident was Trevor Lawrence after he threw another interception against LA Chargers in their playoff win? Doug Peterson, when Trevor Lawrence came to the sideline, you know what he told him? Believe in yourself. Keep throwing it. We believe in you. If you're Anthony Richardson, even if you have a bad game or a good game, your confidence shouldn't waver. Anthony Richardson is supposed to be the franchise QB for the Indianapolis Colts. Your franchise QB has to be able to deal with the highs and lows that comes with being an NFL quarterback. And yes, this is a passing league. With Anthony Richardson not being the most effective passer, the Colts probably aren't going to win too many games. But they do have a solid supporting cast around Anthony Richardson. You got Jonathan Taylor in the backfield. AR and Jonathan Taylor in the backfield is already nasty already. You got to deal with trying to bring down one of the best running backs in the NFL and Jonathan Taylor. Then you got to deal with Anthony Richardson and his God-given athletic ability, with his size and his physicality at the quarterback position. This is Cam Newton reincarnated, just with some upgrades and some slight tweaks and modifications. I won't say we, because I always had a lot of confidence in Cam Newton when he was coming out of Auburn, but there was a large amount of doubters when it came to Cam Newton's ability to succeed in the NFL. Many people didn't even know if he was even going to be able to make the adjustment from college to pro, because he was coming from a spread offense going to a pro style offense. You remember how it used to be in the early 2010s, where teams were looking for QBs who came from pro style systems because it made the transition from the NFL, from college to the NFL much easier. But in today's time, I feel like the transition from college to pros hasn't been easier. I mean, there are more offensive coordinators who are taking more from the college game and finding their way to add their own secret flavor to it and having success with it. The Bears had a little bit of success last year with Justin Fields, even though he wasn't the best passer. You want to know why? Because of how good of an athlete he was. When you have somebody who's this athletic, like Anthony Richardson, you don't really need him to throw the ball 25 to 30 times a game year one. All you need to do is to find a way to put Anthony Richardson in situations to succeed, to help him build confidence, and to help him develop. There's only so much that you can learn being on the bench. Sometimes the best experience is actually being in the field. Anthony Richardson, I think with Shane Steichen, is going to cook for Indianapolis. And if he gets the nod week one, I think he probably is going to be a finalist for Offensive Player of the Year this season. I know it's not going to be pretty. There's going to be some really ugly performances in there, but there are also going to be a good amount of performances in there that you say, okay, I see the potential that everybody was talking about. I see that upside. I get the Cam Newton comparisons. I get why Indianapolis took him 4th overall. Anthony Richardson should be starting week one for the Indianapolis Colts this season.